Here we are 5 years later, and I'm glad you made it. Think about that for a minute. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So yes, it was March 31st in 2021 during a pandemic, during a lockdown, curfew, isolation. We had to wear masks and the whole world had stopped. Truth be told, it had stopped a year earlier, maybe even before then, but that was the pivotal period of time between 2020 and I would say early 2022 when everything was frozen. We were all in a space of uncertainty, kind of similar to now, but without the masks and all that, if you will. Having said all these things, this person, yes, me, I decided to pick up a camera, throw on a black shirt at about 10 o'clock at night. I do believe it was a Thursday night, and created my first video ever called Glad You Made It. Now think about the title, Glad You Made It. This title came from me, as all titles come from. I'm one person who creates videos every single day, answer emails, have one-on-one sessions, and do my best to pay it forward to help this planet called Earth. But back then, I was a broken human being. I didn't know nearly what I know now, but I knew enough, and I had enough courage and wisdom within me, and drive and fortitude and determination and, yes, purpose, that I knew that I had to make a move. I had to take action. I had to do something. And what I did is I created that first video. Now think about the title, Glad You Made It. What does that mean? What it means is, and although back then I may have known it, I'm not so certain I knew exactly what it would mean, what it means to me now, which is different. But what it means essentially is you, the person consuming this video I'm creating, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you're out of the narcissistic relationship. And I'm glad you're understanding the behaviors of these people. I'm glad that you are safe. I'm glad that you are developing, creating, and perhaps even executed your exit plan. You see, I too was where you once were, or perhaps even where you are, and I didn't see a way out, and I wasn't certain of what the next move would be. I created so many groundbreaking videos in 2021 and 2022, and I continue to do that here in 2026, but in those early days, and I really suggest some of you take a look at them, you will see a person who was raw, who was unpolished, who was naive, who was vulnerable, and of course, who was curious and learning about this behavior called narcissism and mindset and empathy and humanity and energy and everything else. And in those early videos, I was trapped in the house where I was tethered to the narcissist. Now that house holds special memories for me, more so now than back then. But back then I was isolated and trapped in that house for exactly 2 years and 2 days. Until I finally figured a way to liquidate certain things and remove myself. That journey was a pivotal journey. That period of time, that 2 years and 2 days, it changed me forever. You see, I didn't have anybody to talk to. I had no one who was knocking on my door. I had no one to bounce things off of. And I had two choices. Yep, you got it. Sink or swim. January 6, 2021, before I created the channel, I made some very irrational decisions because I was so beaten down and broken. I didn't want to exist, let's put it like that. But guess what? Higher power prevailed and the rest is history, and here I am. So now I'm creating the next version of this video series, and it is a playlist, which is called Glad You Made It. And I am no more happy or glad now than I was 10 seconds ago, or maybe that's not the best English, but I'm happier now than I was 10 seconds ago. And I'll be happier in an hour than I am right now for you to have made it. You see, not everybody makes it. Not everybody figures out what narcissism is. Most people, and that word is, and it should be highlighted, most people will never figure it out. Most people won't have the drive to break the four ties. Yes, the emotional, the financial, the physical, and the spiritual tie. And most people won't believe that there is another day ahead of them, a better day, if you will, a day of abundance, of growth, of purpose. And the reason I'm saying that word most is because think of all the people that were on the planet before you were, and all the people that will be on the planet after you, that will never figure out what narcissism is. There are still people on this planet that don't have smartphones. There are still people who are isolated in little foreign parts of the world who don't even have internet or connection. Then there are other people who are in the relationships, plural, so deep that they don't see another way out. You are different, just like I am. You're resilient, you're full of courage and fortitude, and you had the craving, the yearning, if you will, to get the answers to the questions that you had and some that you didn't have. and one day something pivotal broke and snapped within that relationship that you were a part of, and probably you were discarded. Anyway you look at it, the relationship is over, and now you're here getting your cup full. As you're getting your cup full, and I continue to create videos, and I will do it for another 56 years, and yes, I do mean that number, maybe even longer, you are understanding that, yes, this is one of the keys to humanity. Yes, this is one of the secrets that was kept under wraps that no one wanted anyone to know about. Yes, this was toxicity hidden in plain sight. Yes, it is, as in present, all around you right now. It's all around me too. The thing is, what do you do with the toxicity? Do you give it energy? Do you give it a reaction? Do you give it your emotions? Or do you just simply turn around and walk the other way and don't feed the beast? You should be doing the latter. All these things I'm sharing equal many nuggets of wisdom, and I've provided hundreds of thousands of nuggets of wisdom over the years, and I will continue to do so. But going back to that date, March 31st, 2021, that was a very, very challenging period of time in my life, and probably in yours as well. Maybe for you, you had just ended the relationship also. Maybe you hadn't even met the narcissist then. I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is back then, that period of time when this planet just froze, it stopped, it changed everything. And I mean everything. Here we are, fast forwarding to today, the sun is shining, I'm in a new environment. Toxicity is all but removed from my energy field because I still need to tap into it to create videos and to help people during one-on-one sessions and to answer emails and come up with video ideas, etc. And that's a good thing, because the more I tap into and the more I learn, grow, and continue to teach, not only the stronger do I get, but the stronger you get. And the stronger you get, the better you can help yourself and those loved and trusted ones around you to maintain their boundaries. And this is how the ripple effect is taking place on this planet. And this is why the empath, or the positive energy, is winning. I'm going to say that one more time, and you should have noticed that I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks, maybe even months. The light is beginning to win. The darkness is losing. The darkness had the run of this place called Earth for eons. The darkness is now realizing they are fighting a lost cause, because we, the collective, are becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered. We are understanding our priorities. We are understanding that we were targeted, and we now recognize that we are the priority. We come first, second, and third. And I'm referring to people who were trapped in a narcissistic relationship, and even people who weren't, who are just getting the wisdom. Any way you look at it, you're not who you were not 7 minutes and 45 seconds ago. You're different, you're evolving. Your life is dynamic just like mine, and you're implementing and applying the tools that have been provided for you with all the videos I've created. And this is why I'm glad you made it, and you should be glad you made it too. Earlier I shared with you that I created many instrumental and groundbreaking videos in 21 and 22. But I'll touch on that for a minute. The reason I did, and I'm beginning myself to go back and review some of those to see my demeanor, my mindset, and how I was looking and how I used my words and everything, it's because everything was new for me. Everything was fresh. I didn't really know what certain behaviors were and certain experiences, and it was like being reborn, if you will. Well, truth be told, I was reborn, so were you. Once you are in the narcissistic relationship and you make it out, and you enter the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind, you too will be reborn. Now, when I say reborn, I'm not saying maybe what you're thinking. I'm saying, remember, there are 3 versions of you. The first version of you is who you were before you met the narcissist, a person wearing rose-tinted glasses, most likely. The second version of you is who you became when you were trapped in the narcissistic cycle. And that's when you were the unpaid helper, the walking apology, etc. And the third version of you is the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. That's the version that I am in, and I am doing nothing but accelerating, ascending, elevating, and growing. And that's most likely what you're doing, or you will do. So that's what I mean, because you can't unsee what you've seen, you can't unhear what you've heard, and you can't unexperience what you've experienced. These are all things the narcissist never wanted you to do. They didn't want you to heal. They didn't want you to put yourself back together. And they didn't want you to say these exact words. Glad you made it. Think about it. Think about what I'm sharing with you. How many people are actually glad that you made it? Well, you're looking at one right here. Yes, me. I'm super glad that you made it. I am super happy that you cracked the code and that you're beginning to understand how your energy works, and that only certain people should have access to you, and that you shouldn't be oversharing information. You should be trusting your instincts and intuition. You should be paying attention to red flags, and you should be hugging and embracing green flags. These are all things I've been sharing for 5 years in videos. But like I'm mentioning right now to you, I am extremely elated and excited that you are here in the community. And I'm extremely grateful for all of you. And I mean every one of you who have dropped one comment over the last 5 years, or if you've continued to drop comments every day. You see, comments are the fuel that continue to feed the people who have the cravings to questions that they may or may not even have. The comments are the fuel that let us all know that yes, we are not alone, and that yes, we are glad that we all made it. Comments are the fuel that keep the channel turning and turning and turning, moving forward away from the narcissist. Comments are ways that people can share their insight, their experiences with other people who they've never met directly, but perhaps they've created a YouTube family relationship with, meaning they're now become friends via the channel, and they're paying it forward themselves and they're sharing experiences. Think about a couple things. The narcissists themselves, what they want to do is they want to isolate. They don't want people, and they want to smear people's names. They want to control the narrative. Think of those three things. Well, that's what the narcissists did, and they did a very good job abusing people until they couldn't. Fast forward, now you're here in the community and you're dropping comments on the channel. You're not isolated, you're sharing information, and you're part of a community. How fantastic is that? It doesn't get any better than that. Think of it this way. You found one of the keys to your healing path. Yes, the channel. You found one of the tools that will help you elevate. It will help you get stronger. Yes, the channel. You found in me a person who wants and will continue to pay it forward and share my wisdom, not only with narcissism, but with my real life experiences, from everything from relocation to jobs, to energy, to cities, towns, states, countries, to mindset, to life experiences. You found a place which I call home. Now, what is home to you? Home to you probably in the past would be the family that you were born into, or maybe home was a place, a town that you're familiar with. Well, home to me is dynamic. Think about it. You can't change the family that you're born into, can you? No, you can't, because you're born into that family. But what you do is through life, you select who your romantic relationships are or your friends are, and they become your family until they don't, meaning one of those people was the narcissist. Now, fast forward, dust is settled, the smoke is lifted. You're healing. Now you found my channel. What do you do with that? Well, now you're feeling comfortable. You're realizing that we are like-minded people scattered all over the planet, nodes, if you will, all over the planet. Some of us right now, as I'm creating this video, are in cars relocating this very second. Other people are on airplanes going to start a new job. Other people are on their lunch break eating an orange or getting to having a piece of pizza or something and saying, damn it, Andrew, keep going. This is great. You're giving me all the fuel I need. You continue to keep my cup full. No matter where you are, just like I'm here in the Carolina woods and wherever you are, we're connected. The narcissist didn't want us connected. Connection is intelligence. Connection is education. Connection is confidence. Connection is having the ability to bounce your ideas off of somebody else and see what they think. Meaning the other person is stable, healthy, kind, loving, and has your best interest at heart, and they will give you their feedback. And that makes them stronger, and it makes you stronger. The narcissist doesn't want connection. The narcissist didn't want you to make it. The narcissist definitely didn't want me to make it. But guess what happens with all of these parasitical creatures, i.e. the narcissists? In the long run, in the end, they all get what's coming to them. They all know they fail. They all know that they're anxiety riddled. They all know that they're losing their strength and their power. They all know they're getting older. They all know they're becoming the aging narcissist, and they all know that they have nowhere to run. That's not you. That's not me. You see, we were trapped in a cycle in a place we didn't even know existed. And the narcissist had carte blanche. They could have done whatever they wanted with us. And believe me, they took their best shots at us. Think about how many things in your household went missing. Think about how many things were broken. Think about all the holidays that were ruined, all the vacations that were ruined, all the birthdays that weren't celebrated, all the graduations that never were attended, on and on and on. Why do you think they happened? But they only happened with one person. Yes, one person, the narcissist. The reason they happened with that person is because that person not only never cared about you, but they had disdain for you. They were envious of you and jealous of you. They did their best to ruin your life and to take away from years and years of your experiences on this planet. Well, they can't do that any longer because now you've gone no contact, you've blocked them. And you've deleted them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. And now you realize that things are returning for you, which is another reason why I'm glad you made it. You see, most of us in the community were trapped in a relationship that we didn't even know what we were part of. Most of us went to hell and back. Most of us had to heal, meaning I'm talking really do a deep dive on ourselves. There are other people in the community that maybe had an encounter with the narcissist, maybe not as deep as you did or as long lasting or as toxic. That's not the point. The point is we were all affected by the apex predator, the dark, shape-shifting energy source. All of us were. That's why we're here. And so as a fellow human being, what you're doing, whether you know it or not, just like I am, is you're helping other people you've never even met before. You're lifting them up, you're sharing your experiences, you're directing them, you're giving them the belief in themselves that perhaps at one point you didn't have in yourself. Think about what it took for me to create that first video, March 31st, 2021. I was at the point where I had said, no, I'm good. I know what I need to know for this time, for this period of time, and I need to take action because Father Time was ticking for me. And I realized that during the pandemic, the lockdown, everything, that I didn't know when things were going to get back to whatever they got back to, because the word normal, you can throw that right out the window. There's no such thing as that anymore. But eventually the wheels of the planet got moving again in a different direction, and here we are. So what did I do with my time for those 2 years, 2 days? I focused on myself. I drilled deeply into learning so many things about myself, about narcissism, empathy, humanity, mindset, energy, focus, purpose. Think about this one. This is something I share with people during one-on-one sessions. And you, if you miss most of this video, you should play this part no matter what you do. Your words. Think about your words for a moment. How do you use your words? Do you use your words really well thought out? Do you use your words chosen properly? Do you think before you speak? Do you absorb, meaning really process the information that someone's sharing with you before you give them a response? Well, you should. If you don't and you're reacting, well, then you are susceptible to falling into the narcissistic cycle, even if it's for a quick conversation at the water cooler. You see, we need to learn to respond, not react. That's part one. But the main part for what I'm trying to share with you here is your words that you use, you should be using positive words. You shouldn't be cursing. What value does a curse have? There's no value to a curse. Whether it's a tiny little harmless curse that maybe you say under your breath at times in traffic, or it's a big curse. Whatever language you speak, whatever words you're using, think about why you would use a curse word. There's no purpose for it. So when you really wrap your head around that and you start speaking more intelligently, more directly, more with purpose, and you lose curse words, that will change everything about you. It will change the way you think, the way you act, the way people see you, the way you behave, your mannerisms. That's just one nugget of wisdom of probably about 40 I've dropped on you in this video, in this one video alone. So you need to really be careful. Think about your words. What did the narcissist do with your words when you were in the relationship with them? That's right, they weaponized them against you, didn't they? That's right. No matter what you said, they would make up their own story or use some words that you said and use them against you at a later date. Well, is the narcissist able to do that if you use your words wisely? No, they can't. But you shouldn't be around the narcissist or any toxic people. Truth be told, toxicity should be out of your life. And you should have your boundaries as high as the Great Wall of China. And you should be implementing them, maintaining them, and making sure that you're trusting your instincts and your intuition. But what you should be doing, above all, is understanding that, yeah, you need to really stop cursing. You need to use your words wiser. These are all nuggets of wisdom, as I share, that I pay it forward with people through one-on-one sessions and videos. Before I close this video, I'm going to share with you. I am extremely glad you made it. I'm glad I made it. Today's a fantastic day. Tonight will be better. Tomorrow will be even better and better and better. This isn't kumbaya. This isn't me drinking the Kool-Aid. This isn't me wishful thinking. This is real life. Now, if I go back in time and I'll do it, and then I will close the video. 5 years ago, did I have hope? Yeah. Did I have a lot of it? No. Today, do I have hope? Damn straight I do. Do I have a lot of it? More than you'll ever know. Do I have belief now? Absolutely. Did I have belief back then? I did. I did have belief. But I didn't have belief January 6, 2021 and other days of my life. But see, I'm totally transformed. I'm different. I'm changed. I've elevated. I've ascended. That's what you're doing. And the more you realize that everything you've ever wanted is within you, it's not within the narcissist, it's not within other people, it's within you. As soon as you realize that, then you're really, really going to begin healing. When we, human beings, are looking for things externally that we have within ourselves, that's not a good thing. When you couple that fact with the person that you were looking for other things in, the narcissist, and they knew that that's what you were looking for, that's a horrible thing. That's when we became the human pinata. That's when we became the unpaid helper, the walking apology. That's when we became subservient and reliant upon the narcissist. And they knew that because they had done it before. Those days are over. They're finished. That's why I'm glad you made it. I'm glad I made it. And that's why you need to understand that if where you are right now is where you want to be, fantastic. Stay there. If where you are right now is not where you want to be, there's work to be done. And the work that you need to do is continue to focus on yourself and get as strong as you possibly can and continue to understand and believe in yourself. Belief is a huge thing. So I will share this. A couple things and I'll close it. One, I am extremely grateful to be here paying it forward and creating videos each and every day. Two, I am doing my best to continue to share my wisdom with you, continue to give people the energy to keep their cups full and to maintain their boundaries. Number three, for the community, for everybody in the community, everyone who's watched a video and dropped a comment, everyone who's watched a video and never dropped a comment. Maybe people who haven't even seen videos, maybe they've just seen the phrases that I post with the flower pictures I post. Or maybe a person who hasn't even watched a video, but through a friend or an acquaintance of one of theirs who has watched my videos, they've gotten some wisdom and they too it's helped them with their lives out. Whomever these videos have added value to your life, I applaud you. I am grateful for you. And I am very, very appreciative that you continue to come back and watch videos and get your cup full and pay it forward. Without you, the channel isn't here. Without you, we all don't get stronger. Without you, we don't heal. Without you, we don't have purpose. Without you, we don't pay it forward. Without you, we don't have belief. Without you, we don't get to where we are right now in the journey. And you can say, well, wait a minute, what's the big thing there? You still were creating videos, and whether these people are here or not doesn't really matter. No, it does matter. You being here matters. Me creating videos matters. Our collection of knowledge and wisdom, the collective consciousness, if you will, matters. We are connected, you and myself. Everyone in the community is connected. We're getting stronger. You need to think about this. If you don't know what this term is, you really need to look it up. In the 60s, I believe, or maybe earlier, there was a term called grassroots movement. A grassroots movement is a small movement that picks up steam over time and it changes whatever it's aiming to change. That's what you're a part of. You need to continue to roll the momentum forward. You need to continue to move the ball forward. You need to continue to get people strong and help them out when you are strong. So I thank you all for being here. And my hope is that you're going to continue to come back, share the videos with whomever could use them, continue to drop comments, and continue to spread the love, the positivity, the empathy, and the energy. Because we all at one point were not only the new supply, but we were discarded, we were broken, we were left on the ground, crumbled up like a sheet of paper, thrown away in the freeway, and we had no idea what was going to happen. But guess what? We made it, and we're here, and we've healed. That's why we are stronger than we ever thought possible, and that's why the narcissist time is running out, because Father Time will catch up with them. Believe me when I tell you. Last thing before I close the video. This is for you, everyone in the community. I love you all. I am extremely grateful. I know I thanked you a moment ago. I'm going to thank you one more time. Please continue to stay strong. Please continue to maintain your boundaries. And please continue to remember that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And I am extremely, and I mean extremely glad you made it. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. A couple things. This 5 years, the last 5 years, for me, has gone by so quickly. It has been such a journey of emotions. It's been one of the most enjoyable, pleasant, positive experiences of my entire existence, and it gets better, and it gets better, and it gets better. The reason it gets better is because I have the privilege, the luxury, and the opportunity of watching so many of you grow from where you were when I first met you during one-on-one sessions to where you are now. And there are so many other people who I've connected with during sessions that I haven't seen in a couple of years, who have come back and dropped me emails or said, hey, I want to connect again. I don't need help with narcissism. I just want to pay it forward and let you know that you changed my life. That is what I'm doing. That's what you're doing. You need to remember something. Do your part. When you do your part, it makes other people's part easier to do. I am referring to the light, to the positive energy. I'm referring to the people who are targeted and the people who are trapped in a narcissistic relationship. When we all do our part, we're unstoppable, we're unbeatable. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody, and I love you all. Thank you very much for being here. I will talk to you. Have a great day. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And one more thing for you, Mom and Dad. I love you so much. You did an amazing job with me, Mom. You did an amazing job with me, Dad. I love you both, and I hope you're proud. I love you. Bye.